Kimberly Kaufman, and I'm 38 years old. What you can't tell by looking at me is that actually I'm in congestive heart failure. I'm not a transplant candidate, and actually I'm at peace with that. Mind, body, and soul. What I now know is I understand what people say when they call things a blessing in disguise. In 2004, I was diagnosed with many different illnesses. They couldn't figure out what was going on. I had a high temperature, high white cell count, and all different things. They diagnosed me with things like leukemia, breast cancer, liver failure, numerous different illnesses. Finally, at one point, the doctor said, something's brewing, and at some time when Kim's body's ready to show it, it'll come out. What we didn't know was that my heart was failing. And in December of 2004, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. Immediately, the doctor told me I would need a heart transplant within 4 to 8 years. Right now, we're at 9 years. And the doctors call me a unicorn. In 2006, I was told I would not be getting a transplant, and I would not be on the transplant list. It completely rocked my world. After the first visit from the doctor, when they told me, you're going to be getting a transplant, and was going along that path, 2 years later, at the age of 32 years old, to be told you're not going to be getting a new heart, I didn't know what to do. And at that point, I was in the hospital at Stanford, in the main hospital, and there were 2 young children in the cardiac ICU with me. And for some reason, they just touched my heart, and I couldn't get them out of my mind. Luckily, my nurse, Teresa, stayed with me that night and talked to me and told me that the children were safe. And she went as far as to go get a child life specialist who came and talked to me and told me that the children were safe, that there was an overflow from Lucille Packard Children's Hospital, which is Stanford's children's hospital right next door. And I told her my story about how I had been diagnosed with congestive heart failure and had just learned I was not going to get a new heart, and how I couldn't do anything for me, and the doctors couldn't do anything for me. My family couldn't do anything for me, and I was at a loss of what to do. I wasn't married, I didn't have kids. I have a great family, but I wasn't on the path that I thought I would be in my 30s. And she said, well, at Christmas, the kids have a wish list. There are kids in the hospital at Christmas. And I told her, my first Christmas being diagnosed was actually during the Christmas season in the hospital in 2004. And what happened is I didn't talk to a lot of people. I just mentioned it to a few. I had $250, and I went shopping with my mom and a calculator. And when we left the toy store, Target, we had what I thought were the biggest bags of toys. And having to go back to Stanford for a medical procedure for myself about December 21st, I took the bags up to 3 West, which is the heart unit for pediatrics. And I told the Child Life, here you go, Merry Christmas. These are from Santa for the kids. Just give them a little bit of normalcy and the joy of being a child on Christmas morning. And from that the next year, I dealt with ups and downs of not getting a transplant and how my life was going to change. And talking to my parents, we decided that making that donation to those children really made an impact on me, and it really made me heal. And it helped my parents. So we decided to write a letter to our friends and family in the Christmas season of 2007, and just asking friends and family and different community members if they'd like to join us in helping to make the children's life in the pediatric ward for cardiac. Just give them the simple joys of being a child on Christmas morning. We raised nearly $5,000, to where the Child Life didn't believe me when I kept saying, I need more wishes, I need more things. And they're so used to people saying I have tons of gifts or tons of toys that they can't count on everyone who says that. So when we pulled up a couple days before Christmas with 4 SUVs full of toys and wagons for the Child Life and DVD players and everything on their wishes, wants, and needs list, times about 3, they sent down 1 volunteer. When he saw those 4 SUVs, he said, I'll be back in just a minute. And he came back with the entire Child Life program. And those Child Life specialists were in awe of what we'd done. And for our family, it was just something we could do, and we could help someone else. And that was helping us. We came back from Stanford that Christmas season, and we were talking, and we figured we need to do this again. And Lucille Packard called us, the foundation, and said, we'd like to talk to you the next time you're in town. And I live in Sacramento, and we had to travel for my cardiac care to Stanford. So when we were there in February, we went and met with the head of that foundation at Lucille Packard Children's Hospital. He couldn't believe what a family could do in this economy and this time with no nonprofit status. How did we raise these funds? And I told him my story. I told him what we did. And he helped us to turn nonprofit. So he helped us get a nonprofit attorney. And by 2008, the Christmas season, we were a 501c3 tax exempt nonprofit. And it turned from Project Angels for Hearts to Angels for Hearts, a nonprofit. And it has been a wonderful journey. We currently help children at 3 local hospitals, at Sutter Children's Center, Sacramento, Lucille Packard Children's Hospital at Stanford, and UC Davis Children's Hospital in Sacramento as well. I can't tell you what an amazing journey it's been. And Angels for Hearts has been what we call something, it's a way of healing and dealing for me as well as for my family. And it has truly been a blessing in disguise. Not getting that transplant turned into Angels for Hearts. And that is our blessing, is that we're able to turn pain into purpose. And we're able to turn something good into something bad into something good. And not many people think of that. For us, we are just trying to share, and we've had the experience of not having any normalcy. And when you have a cardiac patient or a child with a long-term illness or a chronic illness, normalcy goes out the window. So if Angels for Hearts can provide some sense of normalcy, whether we're helping Santa Claus at Christmas, or we're doing our When I Grow Up program or event every September or summer, or we're doing our Heart Kids Rock Valentine's party, then we're giving a little bit of normalcy. We're just sharing with the parents and with the families that our mission and Angels for Hearts' mission is that kids are first and foremost kids before they are heart patients. And we try to always remember that and let people know that these kids are warriors and they're old souls and they know more than any of us, but they just want to share it and they just want to be treated as normal children. And I have had my aha moments through Angels for Hearts. When I learned getting to Angels for Hearts and figuring out what we were doing and where our mission was going to go, we realized that all the things I thought I was missing, not getting a new heart, really didn't matter. When you talk to the heart kids and our families, they don't get to play sports. A lot of them don't go to regular school. A lot of the parents refer to the heart children as having expiration dates. That's what the doctors call them. And that's not a bad thing. The parents are well aware of their futures. And the children are well aware of their futures. So it's just, that's normal for them. It's not, they don't want pity, they don't want sadness. They look at their kids every day and they're happy for that day. And that's something we should all be blessed with and something we should learn from these kids. And when I learned that I was so worried that I was going to miss out on having kids or a husband or growing old. But what I didn't realize is that I've had a great life, I have a great life, and I had a great life. I got to play sports. I went away to college. I was in a sorority. I was a Delta Gamma. I've been in love. I've lived at the beach. I have a wonderful family, and I'm blessed to have great friends who understand and don't treat me as sick Kim. They just treat me as Kim. They don't look at me as a person with a heart failure or a person that wears oxygen. To me, this is just my third accessory. And I'm very blessed. Those kids, they don't know any different of not playing soccer or not playing Little League or not going to school. So I realized through these heart kids, I'm not really missing anything because they don't feel they're missing anything. And so Angels for Hearts has taught me a lot. And I'm at complete peace with whatever happens with me. I've been in hospice. I was kicked out of hospice because I didn't die fast enough. I think it's quite funny. But for some reason, I'm still here. And I'm here to help the heart kids. And what a lot of people don't get to be a part of is their legacy happens after they're gone. I get to help create my legacy and be a part of it. And it's been a phenomenal experience. And I can't thank the Hart families enough for letting us into your lives and being a part of your lives. And thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's a part of Angels Parts and our extended family. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you.